Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 14, An Older Brother's Duty. Last we left off on Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, everything fell apart at the same time. Things have gotten horrible after it was found out that Jujutsu sorcerers have been killing the sacred deities of the Rumelians the entire time, which is the Callians. But there's some ambiguity as to whether they're actually Callians or they're cursed spirits. But there's no actual time to really introspect about that because tensions have flared to a point where Yuka is now going up against Dabura in a duel to determine whether the country of Japan will have to cease killing cursed spirits to appease the Rumelians. It's not looking good. So they're basically, there's two characters. I don't remember their names, but it's the girl that we've seen around a few times, and they're basically talking about how, like, whether they're actually going to make Yuka do this. And she's like, well, it's our only choice. I know she's already, she's dying and everything, but there's no way that we could take on the representative Dabura with weapons and the JDSF and the military and all that stuff. It would just be pointless, and a lot of people would die for no reason. So might as well, I guess, just be one person who's already dying. So, we then cut to a flashback of the time where I guess Cross and Maru were looking over this ore that the mole that their father left behind, but it wasn't mole at all. It was just an ordinary rock, and he was really pissed. He's like, why did he die protecting this? Dad lost sight of his job as a warrior. And Maru is freaking the fuck out. He's just like, forget about our dad, Cross. And Cross is narrating this entire time, and he's saying that he didn't want Cross to find out that it wasn't Mole, which is this substance on their planet that reacts to cursed energy. It was just a plain rock, but he didn't want to tell Cross that because that would mean their dad died for nothing. And we cut to that time where Dabura killed their dad, and Maru is just crashing out in his mind, and Cross is holding him down. He's like, Maru, you're acting strange. And Cross is thinking to himself that he felt that he was,
I'm the crash out.
he said,
right? Isn't Cross the one that's like the mean one?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, he was more stern. I don't think he really crashed out like that, I guess. But he's thinking about how he and his father were alike, and how they were stubborn and set in their ways, and his obsession with Mole cost him his life, and and Maru's obsession with being a warrior continued to hurt Cross. And he says, I just want to talk to you one more time and say I'm sorry. And as Cross is just sitting up there on this part of the building, I don't know what it's called, an awning, I guess. We see Tsurugi just thinking to himself, walking over to Cross, and he's thinking like, something feels off about the Romelians. Their social structure feels way off. So are the Diskunte running some kind of centralized government, and the Rumelians are just shoved down to lower classes? Maybe, but that doesn't answer the biggest question. How did they construct that fucking spaceship? He said it's capable of carrying 50,000 people. Non-X. And even if it's powered by cursed energy, could the Rumelian tribe really be capable of creating such a sophisticated ship? And even if it was possible with their techniques, there's no way they had enough time. After all, the Rumelians took so long building that canal. So, something must have been up here. And it turns out it was Cross the entire time. Cross built the ship out of Mole. And because it's made entirely of Mole, it responded to Cross and Maru's cursed techniques to a point where it was able to ship them all light years ahead to Earth. And Tsurugi asks him, is the reason you can find me and can speak Japanese like this also because of you and Cross technique? And he's like, yep. And
Mm.
Tsurugi asks him
Yeah.
like to leave Japan. He's like, "Can't you all just leave Japan?" And Cross is like, "Nope, not anymore. Not since the Rumelian found out about the Callians, you know." And Tsurugi's like, "You know about the duel, right?" And not Cross. Maru advises him to, just have Yuka forfeit because she can't win, and it doesn't matter either way because nothing's gonna change. She either fights and loses, or she surrenders. The Callians are gonna not the Callians, the Rumelians are gonna get their way. And Tsurugi's like, I don't think I can do that because Yuka was sick, and I was stupid for not realizing it. But you know, he explains like she made a binding vow, and
Binding.
binding vow, and Cross is like,
Binding no vow.
yeah. Maru is like, oh, so it just boosts her cursed energy and her techniques. It's not gonna do shit against Dabura.
No, it's way more intricate than that, bro. Way more intricate than you could ever
It's so
imagine.
fucking intricate for no fucking reason. But anyway, Tsurugi is like, Yuka's been searching for something to die for. She just didn't want to die, from her illness. She's been trying, and she's finally found something that, she could finally give her death meaning. But I don't want that to fucking happen because I'm her older brother. And you understand that, right? And he asks Maru one more time to take the Simurians and leave Earth. And Maru's like, there's 50,000 people on my ship, including many women and children. And, after all this time, everybody thought that they were just going to die drifting in space. There's no place for us in Samoria, and there's no guarantee they could find another planet. And he says, I'm sorry, we won't leave Earth. And if you're going to talk about Yuka, then what about the Callians? What about Cross? And Tsurugi's like, you know what? I phrased that wrong. Get the hell off my planet. and Cross says, I can't because I'm a warrior. And the chapter ends in a fucking pretty sick 2-page spread as both of them draw their weapons and get ready for combat. Holy guacamole. Josh, what did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 14? You're muted.
RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. Oh, I can't speak for you guys, but I have been enjoying all of the political back and forth and all of that. But this is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to see a real fight between a Sumerian and a
Jujutsu
grade B sorcerer or whatever. Guys, we'll see how this goes. But I have other thoughts. The reason I think that this kid is so concerned about the spaceship, right, and it being the product of somebody's technique is that it's a spaceship right now, a big intricate spaceship that achieved, I don't want to say intergalactic travel, that's probably OD, but it was out there in the fucking raw space, you know what I mean? So that's some tough shit. So imagine what else he can create. Imagine he wanted to create something very offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big ass gun. Big cannon.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
They're gonna turn a spaceship into a gun, into like a bazooka. You ever play Marvel vs. Capcom? Iron Man's ult when the fucking cannon materializes and just dumps on you.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's gonna do. He's gonna take a piece of the ship and he's gonna turn it into a fucking shoulder cannon. I'm liking the flame sword situation going on. He better make the new Shadow style proud, bro.
For real.
He's supposed to be the one. All right. Kusakabe, the weirdo chick, he's supposed to redeem the style and make it legitimately cool.
Yeah.
You can't fuck this up against a fucking Gorgon.
Gorgon.
What would you call someone with a third eye? I almost called them a Cyclops, but that's
I guess a
actually
Gorgon.
not the case. A Triclops?
Yeah, Triclops.
Yeah.
Triclops makes sense.
Yeah. Triclops does make sense. And that's probably the title of this podcast. But yeah, man, but like I don't know. What's Maru gonna do? This is Maru, right? Not Cross.
Yeah, this is Maru.
The dude that was mad cool with them.
Yeah.
Very chill, all
Yep.
happy and shit. So he was always I was so confused.
He
in
was
this
always the
chapter.
real problem.
Was this like a big flip for you guys? Like, was this supposed to be like a big reveal? Like, oh shit, actually it was.
Yes, it is supposed to be a big reveal.
All right, I'm just making sure I'm not, slow.
No, you're not.
On that. Yeah, I wasn't lagging behind on that detail. Yeah, I thought that was a big flip, but it's like, yeah, actually, I'm the crash out.
Yeah.
And, we're staying in Japan. That's it. Like I said, what about the Callians? Yo, I can't wait till he meets Mahito. That's the only reason I want him back.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just talk to this guy and be like, I fucking hate you and your third eye and all your siblings because I'm a hating ass nigga like that.
Yeah.
And I got a few other cursed spirits that feel exactly the same as me. I crave the ignorance, between cursed spirits and Rumelians. I know I shouldn't. I should want there to be some type of conflict resolution where they find a way to purify the cursed spirits somehow or pseudo tame them in a humane way or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if not, let's have some holy cow fucking massacre. You know what I'm saying? Some real violence.
Mm.
All right, those are my thoughts.
Brian, what'd you think?
This was a pretty fucking sick chapter, honestly. Like, I'm really excited to see the big difference between Jujutsu and Rololoka, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're finally going to get like a nice little baseline understanding of the both of them. And this chapter also confirmed why Yuka was chosen, and it's just like literally just because she's dying,
Yeah.
which is pretty fucked up. They're just like, oh, she's gonna die anyway, whatever.
Well, she
Make a
volunteered.
paladin brow and try your best.
But I don't think that it's just like a band-aid to the solution, right? Like to the problem. It's not really gonna solve anything. They're just sending her off to die, and then they're gonna be in the same fucking problem that they had before.
For
So-
sure.
So they like at this point, why not just forfeit? Like this is literally the same thing as forfeiting. You know what I mean? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Gojo killed all of the like assholes that led to Jujutsu World. I guess he forgot some. I don't know.
I guess maybe they just reformed, like their descendants or something.
Well, this is like I think this is the difference
Shouldn't have got
between
cut in half.
like how Jujutsu was running before versus now, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's a little more, I don't know, less. It's a little less because you've seen what the elders looked like. Like they were all hidden and like kind of like Illuminati-esque, but these guys are a lot more, I guess, collaborative and
Mm-hmm.
inclusive with the way that they run things,
Mhm.
but or bold, like forward facing, but still at the end of the day, these guys have terrible judgment. As soon as Usami went down, it was kind of fucking downhill from there.
Yeah.
They don't really have anybody else with a functioning brain.
Yeah. Let's try
So-
to play in their face. How about that for an idea? Let's
But,
exacerbate
yeah,
the
this-
situation further.
This is there's a lot to look forward to for the next coming chapters of this series. And I'm counting the days until Yuji gets here.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
Boy, this was a great chapter. Jujutsu Kaisen is truly coming. Modulo is truly coming into its own. I haven't read many of these like continuation spinoffs, but this may be the best one to ever do it. you know, it wasn't Boruto, and it wasn't, I don't know. I don't have any other, I haven't read all of them.
Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it done better than this, man. Gege is really flexing his writing muscle in this, probably because he doesn't have to draw it, that he could focus more on like really writing a story. Even though like I always maintained that Gege was a really good writer. And you know, just because he didn't really explicitly break down every piece of his world doesn't mean that he wasn't a good writer. But I feel like he's really like putting a focus on story in this now that he's not drawing it himself, and I think it's been really cool to see. It's crazy how it's all fallen apart in such a very real and relatable way because it's so simple. It's just like they just weren't completely honest with each other, and they weren't like forthright about each other. So, you know, I feel like a lot of these like international or intergalactic problems are just like that simple. It's just people not being honest with each other for whatever reason, whether it's personal gain or fear or whatever. So really good series, really good chapter.